What's up, guys? So, some of you probably seen in the last short, you seen a picture in there that said this is the last load that truck is going to haul. That is true. Um, Decided to, with what's going on with the prices, everybody come up with all kinds of excuses, but so with the engine overhaul and then the training going out and with the fuel prices going back up, I'm not going to fight it no more. Was offered a job here at home and decided to take it. So that's what I did. I quit trucking. Probably going to get what do they call it? Voluntarily closure authority, I think is what they call it. Um, that way it doesn't really go against you. And in the future, how I was told is you can do your authority again. I think they assign you new numbers when they do that, is what I was told by a DOT officer out here in North Dakota. So I'm in the process of getting my boxes back ready. I've got to unload the buggy. I'll throw some of that in here. I've got so much stuff. Was more or less using the my wife's buggy when the training went out. Had hook trailer to it to go out. You guys seen the carnage of that. But used it, threw all my tools in there. I had all my tools in the minivan when I used it, but I came home, swapped out, and pulled the trailer back with the wife's buggy, there, and went back out, swapped the training, went to Matt's, blah blah blah. So, yep, I'm done trucking. I'm going to keep the truck and trailer for now. I've had a couple people make some offers, and I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sell my truck. I've got too much into it, and too much into it. I mean, and it's DOT road ready. I mean, it's got the transmission I put back in it was one that came out of it, but I rebuilt it, so it's got all brand new bearings, seals, whole 9 yards in it, new clutch, starter, input shaft kit. I mean, it was completely rebuilt, and so I mean, it's the truck's DOT ready to go down the road. I mean, I wouldn't, if it wasn't for going back to being a mechanic, I'd be in the truck right now running it up and down the road. So, on that note, I'm going to, like I said, get my old trusty cart, older than the hills, get it loaded back up, get all my stuff pulled out of the bottom. That does need to go to the shop I took the job at. Get my big box here loaded back up, and get the wife's buggy cleaned out. It's packed. Amazing how much stuff you accumulate in 3 years. But in a combination with that, I, most guys know what I'm talking about when you say you see your kids grow up through pictures attached to your dashboard. Tony Justice in his songs have said it several times in there, and it gets hard. I got five crotch critters, and I love them dearly, and seeing them grow up through pictures is kind of hard. I mean, I missed my baby's first steps. She's 1 now. I missed her first steps when she started walking. I missed her first birthday. My 2 daughters. I missed both their birthdays this year. It's kind of hard. So a lot of guys know where I'm coming from, and so let's keep the hate comments down on what excuses, blah blah blah. So that's what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm keeping the truck and trailer. Still debating about whether to sell the trailer or not. I'm not sure. If somebody's interested in it, it's a 2001 Ravens full aluminum trailer, 48 102. It could use tires eventually. The trailer's DOT legal. Just had an inspection done and passed. Both truck and trailer did, and yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's got a couple cracks on the floor up by the front. I'm gonna weld all those up. Again, it's full aluminum, all LED lights in it. tires are decent on it. Brakes are decent on it. It's got all new wheel seals, brakes. I forget what else I've done to it. I've put all new lights in it. Again, they're all LED, and boxes are in decent shape. So if somebody wants the trailer, I don't know. I'll throw one out there. If someone brings me 20 grand, best offer, I'll let it go down the road. But the offers I've had for the truck, guys have found out that I'm getting out of it. Yeah, you can take them offers and shove them up your ass. I won't take those, especially for a DOT legal truck. It's got damn good tread on it. Like I said, the truck's got brand new brakes on it. Wheel seals. It's got new wheel seals in it also. Wheel bearings. All new bushings in the suspension. Suspension brackets have all been replaced. Again, brand new rebuilt transmission. New clutch, and I put a heavier clutch in it this time instead of the one that came with from factory. It's got a heavier clutch in it. Fresh motor rebuild. I mean, I've got all the receipts to prove it all. So again, I don't plan on selling the truck. I want to make it to where do a fully restore it and keep it eventually as a show truck, but maybe I want to pull a camper with it. So I'm going to get my blue cab over built. I'll make a little series about it. It's going to get... I'm going to pull the original motor and trans out of it. A lot of guys despise me for it. I really don't care. I have found a mechanical DT466 and a 5-speed that's already bolted up to it, so I have to find it. And it's going to get a DT466. Buddy here in town has a towing company. I'm going to buy axles off him, so it'll have modern axles. Probably 410s, maybe 373s, I'm not sure yet. But it'll have brand new, or not brand new, but good used axles underneath it. And then, again, I'll completely rewire it and make it my little pickup. I found a Omaha grain bed here in town that I'm probably going to buy. I'm not sure yet. To me, it's too new, but I want to find one that's older, maybe a little more crusty, just to fit the age of it, and cut it down. I'll probably want to stretch the frame on that probably 3 foot, maybe 2 foot, but just to give that wheelbase a little bit more to it, so it's not as teeter-tottery the way it is now. And but put modern axles underneath it. I put hub piloted wheels on it, and that way it's got, instead of the what do they call them, the one type of brakes anyways, instead of the brakes it has on it, it'll have modern brakes. I can get modern parts for it. I don't have to go hunt for parts. Same way with the engine. Being it's a DT466, I can go find parts anywhere. Just go to International, take the block number to them, and go, hey, I need parts for this. Then the aftermarket is just flooded with that stuff. So, especially with your farm tractors, your International tractors had a lot of DT466s in them. Since guys sled pull those, the market's there for it. So I can get parts for that all day long and not have to worry about it. They're a cheap motor, but they're not a big high horsepower engine. But for what I want to do, be able to drive up down the road, hop in and go anywhere I want to go. It's perfect for what I want on a hook to a gooseneck or a bumper pull. I don't have to worry about it. It's not going to haul, a load going down the highway. So for money, it's going to be my pickup. Plus, I want to take, this tractor here is 47 Mini Mow. And I've got a 2-bottom plow that I have found. I haven't bought it yet, but get this thing back running, and which it runs now. I just got to put it back together. The hood's off of it, front grill's off of it. You can see all that up there. I just have to put it all back together and rebuild the carburetor again, convert it to 12 volt, finish converting a 12 volt, rewire it, and I'm going to go do competition plowing with it. across the United States. And what a perfect pickup is that 65 white that's outside. And so that's what I want to do. Again, I can be home every night, not out on the road, and I can see my kids and see my wife and sleep in my own bed. Not have to put up with anybody. And no, I don't have to deal with brokers no more. Go back to Turner Inches like I did before. So, again, anybody wants a 2001 Ravens, hit me up in the comments. Or go on Instagram. I think it should be under 3 Angels Diesel on Instagram. And DM me on there. And shoot me an offer. So, like I said, 20 grand, best offer, and we'll go from there. So, I'm going to go outside and do a little bit and show you as I go. But I've been working on the garage, cleaning this up. I finally hung all those up, part of my toy collection. So, I got to hang the pictures up, get them hung up on the wall. This is my great grandfather's farm in Ohio, and it doesn't look like that now. This was done back in the 50s, I believe. So that was done in the 50s. I haven't had time to clean my garage. I mean, I finally was able to clean this bench off so I could move, part of my toy collection off the top of my toolbox and put it all over here, but I still got to finish cleaning all this crap. So, again, the 47 Minneapolis Moline. And the cool thing is I got the tractor from one guy because he got it on a swap for vehicles, and he didn't want it, so I got it off him. Well, I needed a sickle mower to go mow the place I was using, and I found this. I think it's a number 5 or number 8. I have to look again. And gave $150 for this thing. And coming to find out, it was on this tractor. Got talking to the guy that had the mower, and he said it was on the back of a mini mower. Asked him who he sold the tractor to, and he told me, and it was the friend of mine I got this tractor from. So this tractor and that mower were together at one time. So, like I said, finished picking stuff up. I haven't cleaned in probably 3 years good. And a lot of this stuff, most of this stuff over here came from my grandfather's after he passed away. And it was just thrown in here, and I got more to go. Picked up this 455 from my grandfather. But, yep, this thing here is going to start getting work done. Like I said, it's got wedge brakes in the front. That's what it's, wedge brakes. Wedge brakes in the front, regular drums in the rear, but I want to get rid of the Daytons and put newer axles underneath it, and then completely rewire it, light it up, sand it down, paint it, and go from there. But like I said, I haven't cleaned in probably good couple years, and so now I got to clean this thing out, and most of it's going back in the toolbox, but most of it's going to get put where the toolboxes are. So I got to clean this out again. That's the front grill shell to a 425, the brother to that thing, little brother to that thing. So, and then I still have 2 Farmalls to bring out, Farmall Super M and an H, and I got to bring those out here. Those were my grandfather's. One was bought new in South Charleston, Ohio. The H was by great-great-grandpa. And then the Super M was bought at an auction up in St. Mary's, Ohio. And it's a 54 Louisville. So that makes it even more special. But the fact that it was only 2 months old. Yeah, 2 months old when great grandpa bought it. And then his dad bought the H brand new in 1950. So, and then this, I'll show you a picture of this. This was the very first H we had on the farm. This was in 1940. The guy behind the tire was my great grandpa. The gentleman on the seat is his cousin, and then the gentleman on the other side of the steering wheel is his brother. It'd be great grandpa's brother. But that was the first H we had on the farm, and the story from what I was told was this H blew the engine in it, and they had a 1942 H that had a loader on it that blew the rear end in it. So they took the engine out of this one, and again, this would have been after World War II. They took the engine or the rear end out of this one and put in the other one, and then this engine had a blown motor. And then after the war, I guess stuff wasn't worth scrapping for whatever reason, and this tractor is buried on the farm somewhere. Nobody could tell me exactly where, but the story is this tractor's buried on the farm somewhere. So always tried to get it out of them to where it was, and I was going to pull it out and make a yard ornament out of it, but could never find it. So looked for many years. So, and then that tractor there is a 72 40-20 side console that my grandpa bought brand new in 72. It was the last 40-20 in Springfield, Ohio. So he sold it back in 2005, and the gentleman that bought it did a full restoration on it, and I've got all the pictures. And then he offered it to me, probably handful of years after that, and I didn't have the funds to buy it. He wanted $14,000 for it. I was never able to buy it, so now I just collect toys. But I got the two other tractors, so that's what I've been doing. Done with trucking, and what do you say, going back to turn inches. Now I could be home, restore my little 110 John Deere I got up front. Got all the attachments sitting over here in the corner for it. Get this tractor going again. And yeah, finally sit back and enjoy life instead of running my butt off. So hope everybody has a good day. Thanks.